Hey guys, Abner Miranda here. I wanted to show you guys an optic that I've had for several years and never have really thought about it because it's been just a kind of a staple in my life. It's the Mini ACOG from Trijicon. Red dots are a big deal. You know, they're very tiny, they're very light, they roll, they completely dominate the industry, and I love them. But the one thing that you have to consider with a red dot is you have to do battery maintenance. I'm going to link a video to this one that talks about that. You have to keep track of your batteries, and you have to keep track of your batteries more than you think you do. Once again, it's in the video, so watch it. If you're looking for a one-stop shop, never have to think about it, bulletproof optic that isn't a brick, then you need to be considering the Mini ACOG from Trijicon. It's a robust, it's a simple optic, and like I said, it's 1.5 by 16. Now that 1.5 is a slight bit of a problem that you have to be aware of. The magnification at 1.5 that it creates, it causes just enough of a visual distortion that it's difficult to have both eyes open while shooting up close. At long range, it's irrelevant. The 1.5 by 16 Mini ACOG, and I don't even really think it's called Mini ACOG, it just the community refers to it as Mini ACOG, has a fiber optic bundle across the top that collects light very efficiently. It's almost too efficiently. Sometimes you actually have to cover it with duct tape. What's really cool about it is the adjustment knobs, the adjustment knob protectors are actually captured with a cable. The adjustment knobs are clearly marked with which direction does what. There's elevation and there's windage over here. The reticle is the pattern that you're looking at right there. It does a very nice job of giving you all the visual cues that you need for CQB and for moderately long range. And with an optic like this, as long as you know what your holds are, you can work out to 200-300 yards without really any major concerns about accuracy loss because it is an ACOG. Like all ACOGs, this one as well has a Bible verse laser etched on it. And that's a feature that I've always enjoyed about the ACOGs. I think it's a bold declaration of Jesus Christ on an instrument of preservation of life. People, look, the anti-gun agenda wants to tell you guns are evil, guns are terrible. No, guns are tools of life. This is how I preserve life. And this is how our soldiers preserve the freedoms that we depend on and that we so desperately need here in this country. And this verse, I love it. It says, "But if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus Christ, his Son, cleanses us from all sin." Every ACOG that I've got has a Bible verse on it, and I deeply appreciate that. All right, so like I said to you guys earlier, there are some things that you have to be aware of when working with a Mini ACOG. Well, really with any ACOG, but with the Mini ACOG, because the Mini ACOG is closer to a red dot than anything else. When you're working with a Mini ACOG, right now I'm roughly at 7 yards. Here, it's difficult for me to get my visual cues because of the 1.5 magnification. What I have to contend with is if I'm going to shoot with both eyes open, which I should be, because it allows me to see when someone's coming up on this side, I have to be aware of the fact that I now have to deal with this slightly magnified image in front of me. Now, what's cool about this is if I transition out to just 25 yards or so, there's a tree standing right there. There's a dueling tree. Let me pick one of these off. Well, there you go. And that's actually a fairly tight shot. I'm going to pick one off right between this other target. You know, when you're dealing with a farther shot, you're able to squint your eyes, you're able to get the landmarks that you need, but for CQB work, one of the things you can do to help with that is just get closer to the optic, and this right here clears everything up. And just like with a red dot, you have to be aware of your offsets. You have to, in this case, because I'm inside of the 50-yard area, I've got to aim well above where I would normally be hitting because this is a 50-yard zero on this optic. But what's cool about it is I don't have to think about ever changing the batteries on this optic. I don't have to worry about power loss. All I have to remember is to keep the thing clean. And if I'm going to be in an environment where it's extremely sunny, I could do something as simple as placing my hand over the top of that fiber optic bundle, which I've done before. For you righties, that's even easier because, you know, for me as a lefty, my hand's in front of the ejection port, but this dramatically dims it out. You know, that's what you have to do sometimes. There is no 100% fix to anything in this industry. That's the aggravation that I feel at times where I hear people saying, you know, this is a solution. Well, yeah, that's a solution to a problem. There is no one fixes everything solution. So this is an option. It's a tool. You know, I know that in some cases, some of the things that I show you guys in my videos probably brings up a lot of frustration. That isn't my goal. My goal is to get people in this industry thinking, because a great many people have left our industry and they've taken their knowledge with them, and we have a deficit right now. There's a major lack of training in our industry, and a lot of knowledge is just kind of like going off into the wind, and which is why I'm getting rifles back out again. This to me falls under the purview of tactical, and I've been so focused on the purview of being a Tier 1 citizen, of being armed with the weapon that I know I'm going to be using when the fight comes looking for me. But guys, this stuff is necessary. People are not getting a lot of the knowledge that they have to get, and they keep thinking that YouTube is where they go to get it. It's not here, guys. I give you little pieces of knowledge in hopes that you're going to go, aha, I better go find more knowledge. But anyways, that's another video for another day. As always, guys, I thank you for watching. God bless you all. Get those guns out and practice. Have a good one.